The man was on the verge of turning into a zombie, while his daughter was only 3 months old. Andy initially intended to end his own life, but when he looked at his adorable baby girl, he remembered his wife's last words before she died. So Andy decided that while he still had his consciousness, he would find someone who could take care of his daughter, but along the way, the baby kept crying. Andy knew she was missing her mother. He took out the perfume his wife used to wear and sprayed it a few times. Miraculously, the baby's crying stopped immediately. After that, Andy managed to avoid the zombies and arrived at a remote place. There, he met a retired doctor. Andy wanted to entrust his daughter to her, but the sight before him made him despair again. The doctor was suffering from a terminal illness and didn't have much time left. Andy decided to keep searching, but his time was running out. To make sure he wouldn't harm his daughter, he dug a hole and buried his own head in the ground. Eventually, he passed out. When he woke up, his daughter was gone. Panicked, he searched frantically. It turned out a young girl had saved them. The girl took him to a caravan filled with food supplies. Andy met the owner of the caravan, who was strangely digging a hole. Andy begged the man to adopt his daughter, but he refused. The man too had been bitten, and he had decided to take his family and leave this hopeless world. After that, Andy picked up a gun, intending to end his life the same way, but at that moment, his daughter spoke her very first word, calling him Dad. Andy decided to stay with his daughter until the end, but he could no longer resist his thirst for flesh. He kissed his baby for the last time, then staggered away, collapsing at the sight of rotten meat on the ground. Then, seeing the stick in the young girl's hand, Andy had an idea. He tied the rotten meat to the end of the stick, put a stone in his mouth, and bound his hands tightly with rope. That way, even if he lost his mind, he wouldn't harm the two girls. He carried them both on his back and kept walking. It was the last thing he could do for his daughter. After some time had passed, they encountered the girl's tribe, who had been searching for her. Everyone was shocked at the sight before them. The tribal chief wanted to put an end to Andy's suffering, but the girl stopped him. She pulled out the perfume that once belonged to Andy's wife. Even though he had lost his consciousness, Andy reacted to the familiar scent. Finally, they discovered a message Andy had hidden in the baby's swaddling cloth.